The Christian missionary may preach the gospel to the poor naked heathen, but the spiritual heathen who populate Europe have as yet heard nothing of Christianity. It seems to me that Islam and Christianity and Judaism all have the same God, and he's telling them all different things. The great redemptive religion which has always been known as Christianity is battling against a totally diverse type of religious belief, which is only the more destructive of the Christian faith because it makes use of traditional Christian terminology. The world is equally shocked at hearing Christianity criticized and seeing it practiced. He who begins by loving Christianity more than truth, will proceed by loving his sect or church better than Christianity, and end in loving himself better than all. Surely the principles of Christianity lead to action as well as meditation. I would love to go back to any time in European history, especially in Irish history, to the 2nd or 3rd century, prior to the arrival of Christianity when paganism flourished. I can always go back there in my imagination, of course. It doesn't cost anything, and it's a form of time travel, I suppose. Christianity taught men that love is worth more than intelligence. Christianity will go, it will vanish and shrink. I needn't argue with that, I'm right and I will be proved right. We're more popular than Jesus now. I don't know which will go first, rock and roll or Christianity. My brother and I have converted to Christianity, and my other brother and sister are still Sikh. So for me, it's not something that I ever want to be judgmental on. I know my parents are two people of a very strong faith. I respect all that they've done in raising their 4 kids and in the opportunities that they've given us. This, and this alone, is Christianity, a universal holiness in every part of life, a heavenly wisdom in all our actions, not conforming to the spirit and temper of the world but turning all worldly enjoyments into means of piety and devotion to God. Yeah, I mean, having been raised like a Catholic, I have a sort of sympathy for religion, in that I think that religion's religion. It can be bad or good. People can take it however they want. My parents, for example, aren't as negative or oppressive as certain strands of Christianity in other religions are. Among the many reasons assignable for the sad decay of true Christianity, perhaps the neglecting to assemble ourselves together, in religious societies, may not be one of the least. When I rather guiltily read the books on which the TV series, Game of Thrones is based, I was struck by one thing. The whole point of this saga is that ruthlessness pays, that evil generally wins, that justice is non-existent, and utter cynicism the only wisdom. It is the Middle Ages without the saving grace of Christianity. I believe in Christianity, Judaism and Islamism, but I stay away from churches, synagogues and mosques. Most people think of January 1st as the start of a new year. To people who espouse to Catholicism and Christianity, they might correlate that with the birth of Christ. Us in football, the start of spring practice and the first day of summer training camp are what you look at as the new year with fireworks going off. It's your birthday. Strength was the virtue of paganism, obedience is the virtue of Christianity. Christianity is the greatest intellectual system the mind of man has ever touched. The world will always need revolution. That doesn't mean shooting and violence. A revolution is when you change your thinking. Confucianism and Christianity were both revolutionary. Forgiveness is a big part of, especially post-civil rights movement, is a big part of African American Christianity, and I wasn't raised within the Christian church, I wasn't raised within any church. I've been a Christian for a long time, and I think that Christianity gets a bad rap. I think that people's perception of what a Christian is today is something that is close-minded and narrow, and that's not what I am. Being no bigot myself to any mode of worship, I am disposed to indulge the professors of Christianity in the church. That road to heaven which to them shall seem the most direct, plainest, easiest and least liable to exception. If Christianity is not scientific, and science is not of God, then there is no invariable law, and truth becomes an accident. The highest glory of the American Revolution was this: it connected in one indissoluble bond the principles of civil government with the principles of Christianity. During my sojourn in ironclad atheism, the primary arsenal leveled against Christianity had been its failure on empirical grounds. Surely, enlightened reason offered a more coherent cosmos. Surely, Occam's razor cut the faithful free from blind faith. There is no proof of God, therefore, it is unreasonable to believe in God. America's freedom of religion, and freedom from religion, offers every wisdom tradition an opportunity to address our soul-deep needs: Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, secular humanism, agnosticism and atheism among others. The gateway to Christianity is not through an intricate labyrinth of dogma, but by a simple belief in the person of Christ. Do I live as carelessly and worldly as unbelievers while professing to be a follower of Jesus? If so, I am exposing Christianity to ridicule and leading people to speak evil of the holy name by which I am called. In fact, I thought that Christianity was very a good and a very valuable thing for us. But after a while, I began to feel that the story that I was told about this religion wasn't perhaps completely whole, that something was left out. The word Christianity is already a misunderstanding. In reality there has been only one Christian, and he died on the cross. I want to look my best for God. So many people have the attitude that if you're a Christian you've got to dress bad, wear an old color, not do anything to your hair, have nothing. It's no wonder that Christianity is not very attractive. I mean, how many people do you know in a Western culture that's going to go, yeah, give me some of that? Christianity means a lot more than church membership. I think there ought to be a strict separation or wall built between our religious faith and our practice of political authority in office. I don't think the President of the United States should extol Christianity if he happens to be a Christian at the expense of Judaism, Islam or other faiths. I am somebody who believes that every political direction is valid. As with every religion, the basis of Christianity is perfect, just like the basis of Islam. But then the leaders change the direction, and lose the quality. The Queen has well-informed opinions of many of her bishops and likes those who are straightforward and intelligent. Both she and Prince Philip believe Christianity is as much about forgiveness as morality. All of my work has been an effort to show that Christianity is superior and not just another mythology. Human nature must be changed if we are ever to have an end to war or to correct the wrong situations that make our lives uneasy and our hearts sore. Now Christianity, the power of Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit of God, is the only force that can change people for good. Christianity is not about religion. It's about faith, about being held, about being forgiven. It's about finding joy and finding home. Every spiritual tradition has this idea of death and resurrection. It's not unique to Christianity. Scouting is nothing less than applied Christianity. Capitalism without bankruptcy is like Christianity without hell. Christianity is either supernatural or nothing at all. The glory of Christianity is to conquer by forgiveness. Beginning under the Roman Empire, intellectual leadership in the West had been provided by Christianity. In the Middle Ages, who invented the first universities? In Paris, Oxford, Cambridge, the Church. Christianity began as a religion of the poor and dispossessed, farmers, fishermen, Bedouin shepherds. There's a great lure to that kind of simplicity and rigor, the discipline, the call to action. Christianity is not the faith of the complacent, the comfortable or of the timid. It demands and creates heroic souls like Wesley, Wilberforce, Bonhoeffer, John Paul II, and Billy Graham. Each showed, in their own way, the relentless and powerful influence of the message of Jesus Christ. The Enlightenment attacked religion, Christianity, mainly, for two reasons: that it was a set of ideological delusions, and that it was a system of institutional oppression, with immense powers of persecution and intolerance. The gospel is a message of peace. Christianity is a system which, received and obeyed, would spread peace, harmony, and happiness throughout the earth. Nothing is more depressing and more illogical than aggressive Christianity. Love is the hardest lesson in Christianity, but, for that reason, it should be most our care to learn it. Visit our website for more quotes, quoting.com.